Welcome back to the ChezTech facility. If you're confused, either because you've never been here before or you recently suffered a concussion, allow me to explain. Hi, I'm Chez. I have ideas, especially for improving Minecraft in ways that feel like a natural progression for the game. Last week we expanded on beacons. This time we're addressing two neglected systems, experience and enchanting. Unfortunately, two of my lab rats died between episodes, but the show must go on.
Okay.
So yeah, you noticed the new logo. Do you happen to notice anything else? The exterior has gotten a bit more developed.
Yeah, no, I didn't notice that.
But yeah, if we step inside, notice
Last
anything
time we
else?
did beacons. Did the armor stands have heads before? Were there even armor stands here before?
I've hired some employees. This is Red. Yeah, he's working on, fletching stuff right now. Getting everything all set up for whenever that episode will be. Blue over here, working on this. There's, yellow, grays over there. Yeah, don't mind green. He's just watching over the facility right now.
Okay.
And, yeah, careful maneuvering around up here. We haven't really,
You haven't installed OSHA compliant walkways.
No, not really. But, yeah, welcome the latest extension to the facility.
This
but
looks
yeah,
like a door that, someone in hardcore would use to flex how many netherite blocks they have.
if you just want to, press that button. Welcome to the site of today's happenings. Do you like the teleporter?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
So, bookshelves. Kind of boring right now, right? If I get a bookshelf out right here, you can't really do anything with it. You right-click it, no GUI. It's just, it's the same texture, no matter what you want to do with it. So, first off, allow you to...
More books and bookshelves?
Yes, allow you to store books and bookshelves. And then, to keep it compliant with the crafting recipe. So, if you want to craft a bookshelf, you're going to put in your planks, and then you're going to put in your 3 books. So... So that the crafting recipe still makes sense. For one, bookshelves would be able to hold up to 3 stacks of books. And when you craft the bookshelf, it crafts it with 1 book in each of the 3 slots. So you can still take them out, and you'll have an empty bookshelf, like you see up there. And then, depending on how many you have inside, if you put in 1, you'll have the second one. If you put in 2, you'll have the third. And then if you put in all 3, it'll just be like the normal bookshelf.
Alright, okay.
So then, if you follow me up here...
I was about to ask how that would work with enchanting.
Yes, so now it doesn't depend so much on how many bookshelves you have, but on how many books are in the bookshelves surrounding the enchantment table. You understand?
Right now you'll need 15 bookshelves to make a full enchanting table, so that would equate to 45 books?
Yeah, 45 books in the bookshelves around the enchanting table. And then, what I've done here is you can now have a, basically a level 2 to enchanting. How regularly you get to see 1 of the enchantments you'll get. And then, if you power it up with enchanted bookshelves, then you'll see 2 of the enchantments that you'll get.
You get it to 3 somehow?
You cannot get it to 3. This just goes up to 2 because, it just because.
3 too much.
3 might be a bit too much. You get what you get. You don't get upset.
Okay.
And then if you come over here, introducing my new enchantment. So this is called the imbuing enchantment. So for example, you know how a creeper has 20 health or 10 hearts, and it drops, however much experience it drops. It drops 5.
Right, definitely.
Drops 5
I know
XP.
these things.
Yeah. So then, what this imbuing enchantment does is you put it on a sword or axe, and it will give you experience for however much overkill damage you do. So say you do 10 overkill damage, so you do 30 damage total to the creeper. That'll give you 150% of the experience, so you would get 7 or 8.
So if you knock it down to 1 health and then you deal 30 damage, would that get you more overkill?
Yeah,
or is it based on?
that would be the strategy for it. You would want to get in as much damage as you can without killing it, and then deal as much overkill as possible to get more experience.
I have a question about the enchanting books thing.
Okay.
What do you think about a situation where, like, if you put enough of a certain type of enchanted book in there, you get that enchantment more often? Like, if you put a bunch of efficiency 1 books in the bookshelves, then you're more likely to get, like, efficiency 4.
That would be interesting. It would probably make getting thorns a lot easier, which would be a nice thing to have. So imbuing would have 5 levels to it. The first, it would just allow you to get overkill experience, but the catch with imbuing is that your armor is less effective for each level. So
why?
You'll have because you can get a lot more experience this way.
Okay.
And then, the big thing that I wanted to do with this is that, it brings back a lot of the difficulty that you lose in the late game. So you have higher experience needs later on in the game.
I want to make monsters like actually threatening again.
Yeah, so you want
become a boring grind.
Yeah, because since you can only put imbuing on a sword or axe, you have to get into close quarters combat with mobs to be able to get overkill experience. So then, I
mean, you could still just use like a mob grinder, right, to get them down to half a heart and then imbuing.
Yes, you could still do that. There, any system you come up with, people are going to figure out a way to farm, but this is to make it more interesting for the people who aren't just going to automate everything.
Okay.
So yeah, the first level would allow you to get overkill experience, and it would reduce the effectiveness of your armor by 20%, and then you get 20% less effective on your armor for each level, and you get another 100% of the overkill experience you would get, which I'll explain over there after we look at this. So,
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of experience.
So yeah, for example, if I'm using, my imbuing sword, I want to get overkill experience. Say I have imbuing 5. Even if I am wearing netherite armor, this doesn't change anything. I'm basically wearing no armor like you.
Right, yeah. Okay.
So then, so like, going in attack, I risk getting blown up, for example.
Okay. Alright, yeah.
So there's always that possibility. So these are just a few examples of how much experience you might theoretically be able to get from this.
This is the math part?
Yes, basically. So, by default, if you kill that creeper, it doesn't matter if you do 20 damage, 24, 27, 300,000 billion. It doesn't matter how much you do. It'll die, and you'll just get 5 experience no matter what. Since you normally get 5 XP with imbuing 1, if you deal, say, 4 overkill damage, you'll get 6. Imbuing 2, you'll get 7. 3, 8. 4, 9, 5, 10. So with imbuing 5, just doing 2 hearts of overkill damage, you've already doubled the amount of experience you're going to get. So, say you do, double its health in overkill damage, You do
double the experience.
You do 20 hearts total. So 10 hearts overkill. I mean, already with imbuing 1, you're getting that 10 XP from the previous. And then with each level, it's another 5 XP for those 10 hearts of overkill. Up to 30 with level 5. And then, just hypothetically speaking, let's say you do 40 hearts overkill.
How are you doing 100 damage?
I don't know. I don't know how you're going to do it.
Is that even possible?
I don't know. But let's say you do 40 hearts of overkill. You do 100 damage to this creeper, or you get it down to 1 hit and you do 81 damage to it. That 5 experience...
Yeah, it's slightly more reasonable.
That 5 experience gets turned into 25. Or with imbuing 2, 45. Or maybe 65. Or 85. 105 experience.
And just as a reminder, how many experience points is it to, like, a level at the start of the game? Like at level 1?
a few.
I'm just curious how many levels this would make you go up with like a single kill.
I think it's like 7 or like 15 or something. Yeah, it's 7 for level 1. And then, 2 is 16, 27, 40, 55, 72. It doesn't take a lot with the first few
Okay.
levels. If you were going from level 0 to level 1, killing that creeper without imbuing is not going to get you there. But, imbuing 5, even just doing that 2 hearts of overkill will get you there. And more.
So, I'm a math guy, but like, is the formula for the imbuing specifically 1 extra XP for each 2 hearts extra, or is there like a specific formula you had in mind for it?
I mean, this is just what I used for the example. It might need balancing
Example, right?
It might need balancing depending on what mob you're fighting. Like, say if maybe you wanted to use imbuing against the Ender Dragon,
Right.
that might require either some balancing or just not be allowed at all.
Some nerfing, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Ender Dragon XP even? I feel like that would be like coded differently than regular mob XP drops.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's about all there is to show you today. You'll want to find your own way back to the facility. We didn't really build a return teleporter out here yet. We didn't have it in the budget just yet. So I'm just gonna leave you there. Whenever you want to find your way back to the facility, we'll talk again.
Is this where I play Survival Minecraft?
No, just in case you were curious. Yeah, you can, I mean, if you didn't see it already, you can take a walk back around the back of the facility. We've got some expansion going on. This is, where they've been working on the teleporter. They actually just got it working in time. I wasn't actually sure if it even worked yet, so I'm glad it did.
Oh.
Purple over here, he told me it worked, but I just took his shoes off my bed.
And block sticking out the back there.
Yeah, it was covered by the trap door, but it got set off by, the processes.
Or didn't you just like cover it up with another netherite block?
Because, I mean, we're going to want to change, where the teleporter brings us between episodes.
Yeah, okay.
That's how it was. That's how it was before we teleported. I was, kind of expecting Bob to be here. And, he kind of did some command block fuckery to my beacons last time. And gave himself, a bunch of diamond blocks and stuff.
Oh, I see how it is. Alright. It's like I need, to uphold the duty in next episode, then.
What does that mean?
No.
You just took Black's head.
I didn't think that would work in adventure mode.
Please do not decapitate my employees.
Please tell me there's gonna be like a point to this area being up here.
I don't know.
Eventually. Right. You have trapped me.
Congratulations. Enjoy the pit.
You trapped me in an inescapable prison of whatever this is.
It's the roof. It's how we light the place up. We couldn't afford electricity before. We spent all the budget on powering the teleporter.
What do you do at night?
We just... Moonlight.
What do you do at night?
Moonlight.